favorite Jay of all time, and maybe a favorite Jay's memory that always comes to mind for you, being going to games?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was a big Jose Bautista guy. Got to know him through my years in Toronto too, and just incredible guy. Lots of fun to be around, and hell of a player. So, he had the swaggy bat flip going, kind of revolutionized the home run celebration. So, he's one of my favorites, and I'm a part of the Joe Carter event every single year in Toronto, and I mean, him hitting a walk-off to win the World Series is always a memory that pops into my mind.
Were you at either of those, the bat flip or Joe? Or
I was at the bat flip one. I mean, Joe, I was still pretty young.
Yeah,
I was still pretty young,
yeah.
but
Dating myself.
probably just watched it on TV and had no clue what was going on. Yeah. So, but the bat flip I was in attendance for, and that was just, it's fun to see a whole city rally around a team.
We're probably never going to hit a day where we get stick flips in hockey, right? Like, it's just not going to be a thing.
Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a little more conservative. I mean, it's different, right? Goal celebrations are similar to home run celebrations, but, I think with a home run, you got a little more time. You're running the bases and probably have a little more time to soak it in. So, whereas in hockey, you're just dropping the puck and keep it going. So, yeah. Who knows, though?
Do you know any guys on the team right now?
Yeah, a few guys I've met here and there. I've done batting practice a couple times and, thrown an opening pitch. So, it's always fun. They always look after me when I'm in town. So, I got nothing but love for them.
Now, what is it about playoff baseball that even a hockey guy, and it doesn't matter what athlete, what sport, but there's something unique about playoff baseball, isn't there?
Yeah, I think just any type of playoff situation, right? It just everything is elevated and magnified, and there's so much intensity and competition. And as athletes, that's kind of the time of year you live for, and you want to be playing your best. So it's always fun to watch as from a fan perspective as well.
I know fans you talk about October, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. And I would imagine it brings some good feelings for you guys too. The fact that you're starting a new season and it has that kind of emotion attached to it, maybe that excitement level.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's certainly a little bit different, obviously, in terms of time of year, but sure. Definitely there's some similarities there. I think entering the playoffs is always an exciting time. You kind of flush everything that's happened before, and it's almost like a new start, and obviously a new season is a new start. So, yeah, it's similar.
What's the impact that Mark Savard has had early on in his tenure with coaching you forwards?
Yeah, I've enjoyed being around Savvy and just his enthusiasm and the energy he brings, and obviously he's a pretty great hockey player as well, and a guy that's always looking to implement some creativity, and that's refreshing for us.
He was explaining that he's got a playbook full of some interesting play names. Have you ever had a coach that calls out like kamikaze or money grabber?
Yeah.
Like, how different is that?
I've seen it before, but I mean, obviously, you kind of unfold this playbook and pick out a few that you can execute and a few that you like, and you just try to execute as best you can, and sometimes they're going to end up in goals, maybe at the most important times. So, I think running plays in general, set plays, is a great way to create offense.
What do you think of the pace of the offense? It seems like one big thing that Mark wants is for you guys not to hold on to the puck too long, especially when you're in the offensive zone. What's it been like adjusting to that?
It's been fun. I mean, myself and a lot of guys, we're always wanting the puck, and of course, that transition game is going to be a big part of it, and we got great defensemen that can move the puck and see the ice really well. So, I think the combination of our speed up front with our knowledge on the back end, it's a good mix.
Also, not to double back on your comments about celebrations, but I mean, some people still try to at least be creative with there's a guy who did the gritty last year. Do you wish the culture with celebrations was a little bit less conservative? How do you actually feel about that?
I do. I would love guys to start opening it up and creating new celebrations. I mean, obviously there's kind of a balance that you don't want to be you don't want to be too above and beyond, but definitely scoring goals they're hard to do in this league. In the NHL, it's hard to score, and I think when you do score, it's a feeling that you're always constantly trying to chase, and you should enjoy it and celebrate however you want.
Would we see like the team moves throwing the glove up and the shotgun or the riding the stick? Are we past? Is that gone, or could that come back?
I mean, who knows? There might be some conflict maybe afterwards. If something happened like that, but I'm always open to it. I mean, obviously, for something like that, it has to be some sort of big time goal. It can't be, obviously, a preseason goal or anything like that. But, for me, I'm always open to celebrations. I love when I see the emotion of guys celebrating and having that passion of scoring goals.
What's a celebration you've always wanted to do? What's a celebration you've always wanted to do, you just haven't done
And
it?
haven't done it? I mean, nothing. I've done some pretty crazy ones, to be honest with you. In junior, I used to pull off some nuts ones that, looking back on it, I was kind of, I don't know how I did it, to be honest with you. But I scored an overtime goal when I was in London, and did the bow and arrow, one knee, length of the ice. It was, it was perfect execution, though, I must say.
It's more of a hockey-specific question, I guess. There's been a lot of line juggling that's gone on, trying to, I guess, figure out where guys fit. But you and Adam and Dylan have stayed together quite a bit. How is that chemistry coming along, and how are you feeling with that group?
I feel great. I mean, you got a lot of great fundamentals on that line, and I think we've had a great camp, and I think that's part of the reason why it's kind of our coaching staff hasn't really strayed too far away from it, because we're finding our communication's good, and we're always trying to work on something to get better. And Rosie's got the size and he can skate. Dubes has got the speed. I like to play make. So there's just a little bit of everything, and with our work ethic, I think that can be a useful line.